Hey y'all, we are taking a look at more of the urinary system. We're looking at the urinary tract. In another video we looked at the kidney, nice long video there. The kidney was mostly epithelium because you have nephrons and you've got simple squamous, simple cuboidal, simple columnar. Now that we're getting to the tract where urine is flowing out, urine can create pressure and so we need some stretch. So here is pretty much the only place where we find transitional epithelium. Starting in the minor calyx to major calyx to the renal pelvis. And this slide, we're at 40x right now, we are showing the ureter. So you can see the lumen of the ureter here, epithelium, smooth muscle, and remember ureter is retroperitoneal, it's the U in Sadpucker, adventitia, the dense irregular. So let's take a closer look. There's our ureter. The darker part, this darker layer here, that's the transitional epithelium. Still a little hard to tell, so let's go a little bit closer, 400x. Here we go. Clearly layered. There's more than 2 layers, so it's definitely not simple cuboidal or columnar. Stratified cuboidal or columnar. If it's stratified cuboidal or columnar, then it's going to be a lot of, or only like 2 or 3 layers. But here we have at least 4, 5, 6. We also don't see the same kind of stratification, the nice even layers that we see with stratified squamous. So this is not stratified squamous, and it's not pseudostratified columnar because there would only be like 2-ish layers at different levels. This is all over the place. Some are columnar-ish, some are flat, squamous-ish, some are cubish, cuboidal-ish, I don't know. This is transitional epithelium. We're at 400x. We are in the ureter. So it is a mucous membrane, transitional epithelium. You get areolar lamina propria deep to that. And then here's that smooth muscle because we want peristalsis to push urine down to the urinary bladder. And then outside of that, you got your dense irregular adventitia. That is the ureter. So we drain urine from the renal pelvis to the ureter down to the urinary bladder. Please say urinary bladder, not just bladder, because bladder could mean gallbladder. Bladder could mean like a bladder inside of a basketball, like an air bladder. Bladder just means container, something that stores something. So this is storing urine. Also transitional epithelium, much, much bigger because, you know, you need to store urine. And there's lots of muscle. Look at all that muscle. Smooth muscle. All of that. Okay, so let's take a closer look. We're at 40x. 100x. Looks very stratified, but we need to look closer to see that it's transitional. This is all that areolar connective tissue. There. Look at how irregular the layers are. No real order to them. That's transitional. If it were stratified squamous, we would see, like these down here look like columnar. Some look cuboidal, some look squamous. It's just kind of a mix. And then deep to that, you've got, whoops, that's blood. Deep to that, that's blood vessel. Deep to that, you've got muscle. There we go. You got smooth muscle. 400x again. Okay. When you continue to urinate, the path that the urine takes, it'll go from the ureter to the urinary bladder, and then from the urinary bladder out the urethra. I don't have a female urethra slide, unfortunately. I do have a male urethra slide in the form of a slide of the penis. Same basic look, though. The urethra, the initial part of the urethra is transitional, but once we get to the latter part of the urethra, since we're getting to the opening of our bodies, it's going to be stratified squamous, non-keratinized stratified squamous. In another video, I'll go over exactly the orientation of the penis here, but this weird fractally Y-shaped thing here, that's the that's the urethra. The urethra is not just a round tube. The urethra is this complicated patterned space. So by the time we get to the outside, it's simple squamous. We always want, stratified squamous. We always want non-keratinized stratified squamous near the end of a mucous membrane so that we can protect ourselves from friction, from bacteria, whatever it is. So that's 100x. There is 400x. You can see the layers here. The layers are a lot more even than before. Nice even stratifications. Areolar, connective tissue deep to that. And a small layer of smooth muscle. You can see the smooth muscle lining around here. That's a urethra, and we all urinate out of our urethras. Just some people have penises and some people have openings to the vulva. All right. Thank you for watching. Please let me know if you have any questions. Take care.